Welcome to Hillsboro High School and tonight's Scenic Bluffs Conference matchup. The Hillsboro Tigers versus the New Lisbon Rockets. Hillsboro girls varsity basketball action on tap tonight. Hillsboro 10 and 7 overall, 5 and 5 in the Scenic Bluffs. Good enough for fourth place currently versus the New Lisbon Rockets. 5 and 12 overall, 2 and 7 in the Scenic Bluffs for seventh place. Hillsboro's on a four-game winning streak, including a quality win over third place Cashton last night. Hillsboro's last meeting with New Lisbon was just last Friday at New Lisbon. Hillsboro won that game convincingly by a score of 79 to 27. Hillsboro's led in scoring by Malia Liskas, 12 points per game, Kira Bezarek, 11 points per game, Cameron Hansen, 9 points per game. New Lisbon is led in scoring by Libby Rogers, 14 points per game, Kelsey Steele, 7 points per game, and Megan Froese, 5 points per game. Hillsboro wind up their regular season action Friday night versus Waniwak. We'll have that game right here with the JV start time of 5:45. Then next week it becomes WIAA tournament time. Hillsboro landed the number 2 seed in Division 4 action. They'll get a first round bye. And then they will play number 3 Partyville from the Trailways West Conference. That game will be here in Hillsboro, and with the WIAA broadcasting rights, we hope to have it live streamed right here. Coming up, we'll have the national anthem and starting lineups. So stay tuned as I see the players reporting to their respective benches as we have girls varsity action on tap. So there you have it, our starting lineups for tonight's game. Both teams make their final adjustments. We get set to play. I believe New Lisbon will have the ball first to open play. So I turn and ask my man Eli Stokes, the cameraman tonight, what time is it? And he says it's game time. So number 24, we got Libby Rogers going to inbound the ball. She's going to inbound it to Kelsey Steele, and we are underway. Steele back across timeline to Rogers. Rogers brings it near wing, gets to the baseline to Fro. The ball stolen by Tony Mitchell. Outlet to Cameron Hansen. Hansen brings the ball up into the front court for the Tigers. Near wing to Liska. Liska clear across court to Bezerek near the top of the key. Brings it back to the near baseline to Liska. Liska clear across the floor to Hansen on the far wing. Now to Bezerek near the top of the key. Bezerek driving down, feeds the ball inside to Holte, and Holte will start the scoring for Hillsboro as Hillsboro takes the early lead. Rogers brings the ball up court, dumps it off to Earhart. Earhart's going to find Cook down in the corner. Cook back to Earhart, and they're going to call a jump ball, possession arrow to Hillsboro. So Hillsboro will get possession of the ball. Inbound pass to Bezerek, and Bezerek will bring the ball up the far sideline for Hillsboro. Bezerek to the near side to Hansen. Hansen back to Bezerek in the front court. Bezerek goes to the far side to Tony Mitchell. Should baseline find Holte inside the lane on the left side. And Holte will score, and the basket will count. She'll go to the line to shoot a +1. It's currently Grace Holte 4, New Lisbon 0. Holte's free throw is in. New Lisbon foul was on Krista Cook, her first personal, team's first. They find Rogers caught inside, and we're going to have a timeout for New Lisbon as they got her trapped up in the corner. Nowhere to go, so New Lisbon will spend their first timeout. A 30-second timeout. After the timeout on the floor for Hillsboro will be Liska, Mitchell, Bezerek, Hansen, and Holte. For New Lisbon, we've got Cook, Rogers, Fro, Earhart, so Cook brought it down the wing and took one step too many. When she picked up the ball, she got called for traveling. Turnover to the Tigers. Inbounding the ball, Cameron Hansen on the near sideline will inbound it to Bezerek, and Bezerek will bring it up the near sideline into the front court for Hillsboro. Bezerek on the near wing, pokes up dribble, gets it over to Holte. Holte cross court to Hansen. Hansen on the far baseline to Liska. Liska clear across court, finds Bezerek on the wing. Bezerek drives the right side and scores. Secure Bezerek on the board for Hillsboro. Rogers brings the ball up the floor. She'll dump it off to Cook. Cook brings it up. Gets Earhart back to Cook. Now they're going to find Steele down the corner. She misses. Rogers picks it up near wing. Gets it back to Cook. Cook drives the left side, doesn't go. Tony Mitchell on the rebound. Mitchell outlets to Bezerek, and Bezerek's going to bring the ball up the floor for the Tigers. She'll dump it down to Holte. Holte inside, left side, does not go. Holte with her own rebound, kicks it up. Bezerek from the top of the key. Her shot doesn't go. And Liska and Rogers, simultaneous rebound. And it gets tied up. Hillsboro with full court press. New Lisbon with possession arrow. Rogers going to inbound it into Cook. Cook to Earhart. Back to Rogers to Steele. Steele on the near wing finds Rogers inside the lane. And the ball's going to be taken away by Holte. A block shot and taken away. Holte's going to outlet to Hansen. And Hansen brings it up the near sideline for Hillsboro. Hansen to Holte. Holte across court to Bezerk. Bezerk near the top of the key to the near wing to Hansen for three. Going to go off the back of the rim. Mitchell tracks down the rebound for Hillsboro. Mitchell on the far baseline. She'll drive in, and she's going to take one step too many. Tony Mitchell called for traveling. So Rogers going to inbound the steal, back to Rogers, and Rogers will bring the ball up the court for the Rockets. Rogers going to dump it down to Earhart. Earhart on the far wing brings it out to Froh. Froh driving down, gets it back to Earhart. Earhart to Rogers. Rogers driving down, finds Froh, and the ball goes off of Froh to be a turnover. Hillsboro ball. Hansen inbounding on the far baseline. And inbounds to Bezerk, and Bezerk brings the ball up into the front court for Hillsboro. Dump it to the near wing to Liska, back to Bezerk near the top of the key. Bezerk, the far wing, dumps it to the far baseline to Holte, back out to Bezerk in the front court. Bezerk cross court to Hansen. Hansen in the front court with the ball back to Bezerk. Bezerk feeds it inside to Holte. Holte drives the left side, takes a shot, and does not go, but Holte will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws for Hillsboro. Holte, a 47% free throw shooter on the year. That one off the back of the yard. New Lisbon foul on Megan Froh, her first personal, team second. So Holte gets set to shoot her second free throw on the way. That one's off the back of the iron. Tipped by Tony Mitchell. Mitchell with the rebound. Back up on the right side. Tony Mitchell will score and get on the board for the Tigers. So ball goes out of bounds on Earhart. Be turnover to Hillsboro. Hansen again inbounds to Bezerk, and Bezerk will bring the ball up the floor for the Tigers. Bezerk throws it down the far baseline to Mitchell. Mitchell back out front to Hansen. Hansen in the front court. Back down the baseline to Mitchell. The ball's picked up by Steele, and Steele will bring the ball up the floor. She'll find Rogers on the near wing. Rogers to Froh. Back to Steele. Rather Cook. Cook to Rogers, to Froh, to Earhart, Steele, Cook. Rogers with the ball in the far wing. Rogers is going to throw the ball to Earhart, and it goes out of bounds on Earhart, be a turnover. Bezerk set to inbound the ball to Hansen near the Hillsboro bench. Hansen will bring the ball up the floor for the Tigers. Hits Bezerk in the front court down the baseline to Mitchell. Mitchell on the far baseline with the wall, kick it back out front to Bezerk. Bezerk down to Mitchell. Mitchell drives the baseline, reverse layup, does not go. Rebound to Cook. Rogers brings the ball up the floor for the Rockets. Rogers in the front court. Rogers the free throw line. Going to find a wide open Megan Froh underneath, and New Lisbon on the board. Megan Froh with the 2 points. And Hansen brings the ball into the front court for Hillsboro, dumps it down the near side to Liska. Liska clear across court to Bezerk. Bezerk, 23-foot three-pointer, does not go. Liska with a save. Hansen tracks down the ball, and they're going to call a double dribble on Hansen. So it'll be turnover for Hillsboro. New Lisbon takes over. Lily Von Falkenstein in the game for Tony Mitchell. Violet Morin in the game for Grace Holte. And Rogers brings the ball up the floor for the Rockets. Rogers dumps off to Earhart. Earhart to Cook to Steele to Froh. She takes a long shot. There's a foul underneath the basket. New Lisbon's retreating. Must have been on a New Lisbon foul. Looks like it's on Earhart. So that's Earhart's first personal, team's third. Hansen set the inbound to Liska. Liska takes the inbound pass and bring it up the far sideline for Hillsboro. Come up short of the timeline, kick it over to Hansen. Hansen, Hillsboro being patient, not going over the timeline yet. They'll get it at Von Falkenstein, top of the key to Hansen. 20-foot three-pointer. Hansen's going to drain the three-point shot to get herself her first points of the night. Rogers with the ball on the near wing. Rogers drives the lane. She's going to get fouled by Violet Moore, and Rogers will go to the line to shoot two. So that's Violet Moore's first personal foul. Team's second. Might be the team's first foul. Rogers' first free throw on the way, and it's good. So Libby Rogers, New Lisbon's leading scorer, gets her first points of the game. Rogers, 51% free throw shooter on the year. And she makes them both, 100% tonight. Well, Hansen's inbound pass to Liska, and Liska will bring the ball up near the timeline, gets it over to Hansen. Hansen will bring it across. Gets in the half-court trap. She'll dump it to Bzeric, top of the key, and Von Falkenstein. Long three. It does not go. Rattles from the rim to the backboard. Cook with the rebound. Outlet to Rogers, and Rogers walks the ball up the floor for the Falcons. Rogers will dump it to the near side to Steele. Steele back to Rogers. Rogers bank shot will score. Olivia Rogers with the last 4 points for New Lisbon. Cuts this lead in half. Hillsboro 12, New Lisbon 6. Liska brings the ball up the floor, back over to Hansen. Hillsboro takes her time, bringing it across the timeline. They get it Von Falkenstein. Von Falkenstein feeds Morin underneath. Violet Morin's going to take the assist from Von Falkenstein and get her first points of the night.
She just stole it and made a basket.
Bzeric did. Yep. So Kira Bzeric, while I'm keeping score, steals the ball and gets her second basket of the night. And Megan Frohl is going to take a long jump shot. Megan Frohl again. She comes up to nothing but there. Bzeric rebound. Long pass to Liska down court. Liska drives the left side. Doesn't go, but she's going to go to the line to shoot two as she was fouled on the shot. New Lisbon foul. It's going to be on number 5, Kelsey Steele, her first personal New Lisbon's fourth team foul. Liska's free throw on the way, and it's good. Liska's first points of the game. She gets set for her second free throw. Liska, 77% free throw shooter on the year. Second shot on the way, rattles around the rim and out. Rebound to new blood in the game, Gerke. And they get it over here to Frohl, to Rogers. Rogers to Gerke, and Gerke with a long shot. And they're going to give Gerke 2 points on that one. About the longest two you'll see. Liska gets it to Blower now in the game. Von Falkenstein clear across court to Bzeric, back to Liska. Liska to Blower to Von Falkenstein. Von Falkenstein drives the lane, gets it into Morin. Morin's going to take it, turnaround jump shot, doesn't go. Von Falkenstein rebound, kicks out to Bzeric. 21-foot three-pointer, does not go. Liska with rebound, kicks it out to Blower. Blower near the free throw line, kicks it out to Von Falkenstein. Long three doesn't go. Violet Morin picks up the trash and puts it in. There's Hillsboro rolling right now. Rogers to Frohl. Frohl on the near side with the ball. Rogers near the top of the key. Drive the free throw line. Get inside the lane. Take a bank shot. And Rogers will score. She's got 6 on the night. Malia Liska brings the ball up the floor for the Tigers. She'll get it to Blower across the timeline. And to Bzeric, who will feed Morin inside. Morin turns around, takes a shot. And Morin around the rim and in. Violet Morin with 6 on the night. And Rogers will bring the ball up for New Lisbon. Rogers dumps it to Steele, to Frohl. Tried to get inside to Rogers, and she's going to be fouled by Von Falkenstein on the floor. So New Lisbon will retain possession of the ball. Von Falkenstein's first foul, team second. In the game for Hillsboro's Hansen and Mitchell, Von Falkenstein, Bzeric taking a break on the bench. So Megan Froh inbounds the ball. It goes all the way to the backcourt of New Lisbon as Rogers tracks it down. Rogers will bring it back up the court into the front court for New Lisbon. Rogers to Steele. Steele back to Rogers, and they're going to get called for traveling. There's a handoff between Steele and Rogers, and they're kind of doing a square dance with the ball. Get caught for traveling there. And we'll have Hansen inbound the turnover to Liska, and Liska will bring the ball up the floor for the Tigers. Liska in the front court over to Hansen. Hansen and Liska in the front court. They'll find a wide open Tony Mitchell in the lane. Mitchell drives off the backboard, no good. Gerke's going to pick up the rebound. She'll get it to Froh. Froh to Steele, and Steele across the timeline for the Rockets. Back to Froh on the near side. Froh on the near wing. Going to get it to Cook. Cook to Rogers for a long three, and Rogers going to hit the long three. Libby Rogers got something going now for New Lisbon. Liska brings the ball down. She's going to feed Morin inside and off Morin's fingertips. They're going to say it was knocked away by New Lisbon. So Hillsboro will retain possession of the ball in the game for Hillsboro. Lexi Thorson and Grace Holte taking a seat will be Violet Morin and Jalen Blower. Liska to inbound the ball. She'll find Hansen. Hansen, 20-foot three-pointer around the rim and out. Fight for the rebound. Cook comes up with it. She'll outlet to Rogers. Rogers brings the ball up before. Rogers driving the right side. Runs into a wall with Holte. And we got a double dribble on Rogers. She pivoted, turned around, couldn't find anybody, and tried to dribble again, but the referees caught her. Be a turnover. Hansen will inbound the ball to Liska, and Liska will bring the ball up the floor for the Tigers. Hansen gets the ball across to Mitchell near the free throw line. She kicks out Thorson, long range three for Thorson off the back of the rim. And Gerke's going to box Thorson out. The ball's going to roll out of bounds, and it'll be New Lisbon's ball. So in the game for Hillsboro's Kira Bezarek back into the game. She will come in for Malia Liska as Liska will take a break. Rogers inbounding the ball for New Lisbon. Hillsboro the press, and it goes through Cook's hands and out of bounds. Be a turnover. Hillsboro's ball. Liska with the ball in the far corner in the front court. Cross court to Thorson. Thorson into Holte, and Thorson will run down the loose ball. Back to Holte in the front court and to the Bezarek. Bezarek on the far wing. She'll bring it across court to Hansen. Hansen down the near baseline to Thorson. Thorson, Hansen, Bezarek near the top of the key. Free throw line. Drives the left side and is fouled. And Kira Bezarek will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. New Lisbon foul on number 24, Libby Rogers. Her first personal, team's 5th. Here, Bezarek's first free throw off the front of the rim. So Bezarek gets set to shoot her second free throw. 63% free throw shooter on the year. Bezarek again off the front of the rim. Rebound, Libby Rogers. Libby Rogers will bring the ball up the floor for the New Lisbon. Rogers drives the whole length of the court. Right side does not go. Rebound Holte, outlet to Bezarek, and here comes Bezarek back the other way. Bezarek with a, they're going to call her for a traveling. She did a kind of a funny hop there, but didn't get away with it. Rogers, she'll inbound to Earhart. Earhart to Steele. Steele back to Rogers. Rogers inside to Gerke, and Gerke going to drive down. Gerke pulls up free throw line, takes a shot, doesn't go. Rebound Thorson, Lexi Thorson to Bezarek. Bezarek brings the ball up the court for the Tigers. Bezarek's pass going to be picked off by Rogers, and Rogers going to bring it all the way back. And they're going to call Kira Bezarek for a block. They're going to count the basket. So, struggling to find a way with Libby Rogers right now. She's got 11 points on the night, 11 of the 18. She goes to the free throw line. Bezarek's first personal foul, team's 3rd. Rogers shot off the back of the iron, doesn't count. Mitchell with the rebound, outlet to Bezarek, and Bezarek will bring the ball up the far sideline. Zarek to Mitchell in the front court, over to the near side to Hansen, down the near baseline to Thorson, back out to Hansen in the front court. Hansen on the near wing. She'll take the ball. Top of the key over to Bezarek in the front court. Bezarek in the front court with the ball. She'll kick the ball out to Hansen. Hansen down the near baseline to Thorson. Thorson back out front to Hansen. Hansen to Bezarek. Bezarek near the top of the key. She'll get the ball inside to Holte, and Holte's going to be fouled on the floor. It's going to be a foul on Kelsey Steele. Her second personal, team 6. So Hillsboro will now be in the bonus. Holte takes the inbound pass, gets Bezarek. Bezarek, 21-foot three-pointer off the front of the rim. Holte fighting for the rebound. Ball on the ground, and it's picked up by Rogers. Rogers will bring the ball up for New Lisbon. Rogers to Steele. Steele on the near wing. Kicks it across court to Gerke. Gerke's going to take a running shot. Gerke scores on a running jump shot. And Hansen will bring the ball up the floor for the Tigers. Hansen drives the lane, kicks it back out. Mitchell's going to drive in, find a wide open Malia Liska on the left side. And Liska with the easy lay-in. And Rogers again brings the ball up the floor for New Lisbon. Rogers gets it batted away by Holte. He regains possession, gets it over to Steele. Steele on the far wing for New Lisbon. Steele kick it out near the free throw line to Gerke, and they're going to call a kick, I believe, on Grace Holte. So New Lisbon will retain possession of the ball. Steele to inbound for New Lisbon. She'll inbound it to Rogers and off Rogers' hand, and it'll be a turnover to Hillsboro. So Hillsboro will inbound the ball near their own bench. In the game for New Lisbon, Krista Cook is coming in for Gerke. And Liska takes the inbound pass and right back to Hansen. Hansen will bring the ball up. Gets it to Bezarek in the front court. Bezarek to Liska free throw line. Kicks it out to Holte with a 15-foot jump shot. Holte will score. And Rogers again brings the ball up for New Lisbon. Kick it down to Steele. Steele's going to drive the baseline, take a 10-foot jump shot. Doesn't go. Bezarek with the rebound. Bezarek will bring the ball up the near side. She'll find a wide open Liska on the left side. Liska takes a shot. And she's going to go to the line. I think they're going to call the foul on Cook. It is indeed Cook's second personal, team 7th. And Liska with 2 shots. There's the first one, and she makes it. Liska, 77% free throw shooter on the year. Mitchell and Holte will take a break as Morin and Von Falkenstein come into the game. Liska's second free throw off the back of the iron. Rebound to Fro. Fro outlet to Earhart. Earhart brings the ball up. It's pockets picked by Bezarek. Bezarek driving down. And the ball's going to go. I thought it went off Earhart. They're saying it went off Bezarek, so it'll be turnover. Rogers to inbound the ball. She'll inbound it to Steele. Steele across court to Earhart and back to Rogers. Rogers to Earhart. Earhart on the far wing. Finds Fro, and Fro's going to get a 2-pointer. And Liska brings the ball up for Hillsboro. Von Falkenstein top the key to Bezarek. Bezarek 20-foot three-pointer off the back of the iron. Rebound tracked down by Earhart. Outlet to Rogers. Rogers back to Steele, and they just got it from almost a violation over and back. Earhart with a long shot doesn't go. Violet Morin with the rebound. And Scott Egan of Hillsboro is going to take a 30-second timeout here, as the Tigers' lead's cut to 4, and they want to talk things over. So after the timeout, on the floor for Hillsboro is Cameron Hansen, Violet Moore, and Lily von Falkenstein, Kira Bezeric, and Malaya Liska. For New Lisbon, you got Steele, Rogers, Earhart, Cook, and Frohl. So Liska takes the inbound pass and brings the ball up for the Tigers. She'll dump it over to Hansen. Hansen to Liska, and she'll bring the ball down the near side. Liska clear across court to Bezeric. Bezeric finds Liska near the free throw line. Liska takes a stutter step, going to get called for traveling. Be a turnover and New Lisbon's ball. So Rogers to inbound. Hillsboro showing somewhat of a press to Frohl, to Earhart, and stole by von Falkenstein. Von Falkenstein working the right side. She's going to kick it back out to Bezeric. Bezeric with a stutter step, and Bezeric will get called for traveling. So another turnover for Hillsboro. Rogers will inbound to Steele, to Earhart, to Frohl. Frohl brings it across to Steele, to Rogers at the front court near the top of the key. Rogers is going to drive down in. She'll find Frohl outside. Frohl with a three-pointer. Does not go. Rebounded by Rogers. Her shot doesn't go. Rebounded by Cook. Finally, Violet Moore wrestles the ball away, and they're going to call Violet Moore for traveling. So it'll be another turnover for Hillsboro. New Lisbon will get the ball underneath their own basket. Cook to inbound for New Lisbon. Cook will find a wide open Rogers on the right side. She misses the lay-in. Earhart's shot's blocked at the free throw line by Morin. Liska picks up the rebound, drives the whole length of the floor. Shot doesn't go. Rebound Morin. But Morin cleans up the trash. She's got 8 points on the night in the first half. Now Earhart with the ball to Steele. Steele working against Bezeric. Steele across the timeline to the far side. The ball's batted away by Hansen, stolen. Hansen brings it all the way back, coast to coast. She misses her layup. Rebound Liska does not go. Rebound Lily von Falkenstein, and she's going to go to the line, I think, to shoot bonus points. So it should be a bonus shot for Lily von Falkenstein. New Lisbon foul on Krista Cook, her third personal. Team's 8. Krista will take a seat on the bench as Gerke comes back in to replace her. Von Falkenstein to shoot a bonus. First shot on the way, and it's good. Von Falkenstein, a 50% free throw shooter on the year. And Lily's second shot on the way off the front of the rim and in, so she's 100% tonight. Inbound pass to Gerke. She brings it up, tries to get it to Steele, back to Earhart, back to Steele, and to Frohl. Frohl near the top of the key for New Lisbon. She'll hand off to Rogers. Rogers back to Frohl. Frohl going to drive the far side, pull up at the wing, kick it back out front to Gerke. Gerke with a three-pointer from the top of the key. And now Hillsboro is Jalen Blower in the game. And they're going to call an offensive foul away from the ball. We'll see who this one's on. The foul happened away from the ball. It was on Kira Bezeric, an offensive foul. Her second personal, team's fourth. Jalen Blower in the game, along with Lexi Thorson in the game. Rogers driving down, right side kicks it out to Frohl. Long two-point shot for Frohl. Jalen Blower with the rebound. Blower with traffic. She's going to get fouled by Earhart. And Blower's going to go to the line to shoot a bonus shot as the girls walk to the other side of the floor. Earhart's second personal foul. Team's ninth. So the next foul will be a double bonus. This one, Jalen Blower will go to the line to shoot a single bonus shot. Blower, 67% free throw shooter on the year, and that one's off the back of the iron. Rebound to Steele, and Steele will bring the ball up the floor. Liska applying pressure. They're going to call Steele on a charge as she took her forearm and shoved off on Liska. So it'll be Hillsboro's ball, not a shooting foul. That is a 10th foul, so Hillsboro will be in the double bonus on the next one. Steele's third foul, team's 10th. Inbounding for Hillsboro's Jalen Blower near the scorer's table. Blower's going to get the ball into Liska in the backcourt, and Liska will bring the ball up for the Tigers. Liska into the front court. She'll find Thorson on the far wing to Von Falkenstein. Liska with a hop and a three-point shot doesn't go. Thorson gets the ball knocked away from her, and Hillsboro retain possession of the ball. Hillsboro will be inbounding in the far corner. In the game for New Lisbon. Sorry, folks, she's not even on my program. Number 40, if you're watching at home. So Thorson gets a nice pass to Von Falkenstein. Couldn't handle it. Went out of bounds, and New Lisbon will take over on the turnover. Rogers to inbound Earhart. Earhart back to Rogers, over to Gerke, back to Rogers, and Rogers will bring the ball across the timeline. Find Fro down in the corner. Fro kicked the ball back out, I believe, for Rogers, and Rogers is going to get fouled on the drive, go to the line to shoot 2. Foul, I believe, is on Lily Von Falkenstein, her second personal, team's 5th. So Rogers to the line to shoot 2 for New Lisbon. And she makes the first one. Rogers only a 51% free throw shooter, but she makes them both there. And Lily Von Falkenstein on the far wing with the ball for Hillsboro. She'll feed Violet Morin inside. Morin working the left side, turn around, miss it, get a rebound again. So on the third shot, Violet Morin drops it in. Put Hillsboro back up by 5. Gerke brings the ball down, kicks it back out to Rogers. Rogers near the free throw line to the near wing. Number 40 with a long shot, doesn't go. Fro with the rebound, her shot doesn't go. Rebound tracked down by Thorson. Outlet to Blower, stolen by Rogers, and Rogers will put away the trash. She got 15 on the night so far. Liska brings the ball across the timeline and across court to Thorson, throw it a little bit wide left, and the ball ends up in the New Lisbon bench. In the game for Hillsboro, Grace Holte for Lily Von Falkenstein. Inbounding near the New Lisbon bench is Libby Rogers, and she'll get it into Gerke. Gerke bringing the ball down. She takes a stutter step, going to get called for traveling. Checking in for Hillsboro, Cameron Hansen and Kira Bazarek. Taking a seat would be Jalen Blower and Lexi Thorson. Malia Liska to inbound near the Hillsboro bench. She'll get it into Grace Holte. Holte driving around far wing. Finds Liska on the baseline. Liska, rainbow 3, and it goes wide right. Earhart on the rebound, and Earhart will bring the ball up. Less than 10 seconds to play. Find number 40. Bank shot doesn't go. Holte grabs the rebound. She'll get credit for a rebound and a long pass to nobody, as I think it was intended to be a shot. But Hillsboro will go into halftime with a 3-point lead, 32-29. And I'm sure they'll have to make some adjustments, as New Lisbon has already scored more points in the first half than they did the entire game last Friday. For scoring for Hillsboro, you got Violet Morin with 10 points, Grace Holte with 7, Kira Bazarek with 3, Malia Liska with 3, Cameron Hansen with 3, Tony Mitchell with 2, and Lily Von Falkenstein with 2, for a total of 32. For New Lisbon, Libby Rogers with 15, Rosie Gerke with 7, and Megan Fro with 7, for a total of 29. So Hillsboro with a 3-point lead. We're going to step away and take a break here. 9 minutes left in the halftime. run some advertising, and be back on the air. About 3 minutes left at halftime as teams make their adjustments. We'll come back with some second half thoughts. So we're back under the 2-minute mark as both teams have emerged from the locker rooms. As they're getting their final warm-up shots in, making their last-minute adjustments. Again, New Lisbon being led scoring by Libby Rogers, 15. Rozzy Gerke with 7. Megan Froh with 7 for a total of 29. Hillsboro being led by Violet Morans, 10 points. Grace Holte with 7. Kira Bezerick, 4. Malia Liska, 4. Cameron Hansen, 3. Tony Mitchell, 2. And Lily Von Falkenstein with 2. Big story out of Hillsboro is 17 post points, which I would say Hillsboro struggled at the post position this year. Haven't scored a lot of points, but 17 of the 32 coming out of the post position tonight. I believe Hillsboro will get the ball to start the second half. On the floor for Hillsboro is going to be Cameron Hansen, Kira Bezerick, Malia Liska, Grace Holte, and Tony Mitchell. On the floor for New Lisbon, Kelsey Steele, Libby Rogers, Isabel Earhart, Krista Cook, and Megan Froh. So Hansen takes the inbound pass back to Liska, and Liska across to Mitchell to Hansen on the far wing. Hansen will bring it up to Liska to Bezerick on the near wing. Bezerick gets across court. Mitchell on the baseline, back out to Hansen. Hansen going to drive to the right side. She's going to be fouled, and will go to the line to shoot 2. As New Lisbon already finding themselves somewhat in foul trouble personally. As that foul is going to be called on Libby Rogers, only her second personal, team's first. Hansen to the line to shoot free throws. Hansen's first shot, nothing but net. Hansen set for her second throw. Hansen is a 63% free throw shooter. And she makes them both. Inbound pass to Froh. Back to Steele. Steele to Rogers. Cook's going to pull up, take a long 2-point shot. Cook's going to score. So Cook gets her first 2 points of the night. And Hansen bring the ball up, kick it across court to Liska. Liska to the far wing to Bezerick. Bezerick cross court to Mitchell. Mitchell's going to find Hansen. Long 3 doesn't go. Rebound to Cook. Cook to Steele to Rogers for a long 2. Rattles around the rim and out. Mitchell with the rebound. Mitchell going to outlet to Liska, and Liska brings the ball up the near side for Hillsboro. Liska kicks it across court to Hansen and down the baseline to Bezerick, and Bezerick back out front to Hansen and over to the near side to Liska. Liska clear over to the far side baseline to Bezerick. Bezerick tries to feed it into Holte. I would have swore that one off Libby Rogers, but the referee says New Lisbon ball, as Hillsboro will set up the press. And the ball is going to be inbound to Cook, back to Rogers, to Steele, and Rogers, and New Lisbon looks like they've broken the press before. Earhart with a long 3, and Earhart's going to drain the long 3, and all of a sudden we've got a tie game. The first time since the game's been 0-0. And Mitchell's going to try the left side. She pulls up, gets the ball across court to Bezerick. 21-foot three-pointer off the back of the rim. Rebound Earhart. Earhart to Rogers, and Rogers up the floor for New Lisbon. Rogers going to try driving, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Grace Holte. And Rogers is going to go to the line to shoot 2. Holte's first personal foul. Team's first personal. Rogers shooting 2 free throws. First one on the way. And New Lisbon takes their first lead of the night. Rogers' second free throw on the way off the front of the rim. So New Lisbon taking their first lead of the night. Rebound by Tony Mitchell. She outlet to Liska, and Liska brings the ball up the floor for Hillsboro. to the near side to Mitchell. Mitchell on the near wing back to Liska, to the far side to Hansen. Hansen with the ball in the front court for Hillsboro. Hansen brings the ball out top of the key to the near side to Liska, back to Hansen. Hansen to the far side wing to Bezerk. Bezerk's going to lob it into Holte, and Holte's going to go to the line to shoot two. But she's fouled by Krista Cook. I believe that's Cook's fourth personal foul. And Holte to the line to shoot free throws for Hillsboro. Now they're going to call the foul on Megan Froh. That's only Froh's second personal foul. And Holte makes the first free throw. Grace, a 47% free throw shooter on the year. And she's perfect on those two. Grace now with 9 points on the night. Inbound pass into Cook to Rogers. Rogers dribbles through pressure, throws the ball down the corner to Steele. Off Steele's hands and out of bounds, be a turnover. And Hillsboro will bring the ball back up, leading by 1. Cameron Hansen will inbound to Liska, and Liska will bring the ball up the floor for the Tigers. Liska into the front court and down to the far side, and they're going to call Liska for a travel. She took one hop too many on the pass to Bezerk, so it'll be a turnover. Steele to inbound the ball near the Hillsboro bench. She'll get it into Rogers. Rogers in the backcourt for New Lisbon, back into the front court. Mitchell in defense. Rogers dumping the near baseline to Earhart. Her shot is blocked by Bezerk. Garbage picked up by Hansen, and up the court they come. Liska, the ball temporarily gets away on. She's going to find Holte near the free throw line. Jump shot off the back of the iron. Rebound to Cook. Cook will hand off to Rogers, and Rogers will bring her team up trailing by 1. Rogers near the free throw line. Kick it out to Steele. Steele with a long three. Doesn't go. Rebound Bezerk. Bezerk outlet to Hansen, and the race is on. Hansen left side feeds Liska. Liska misses the lay-in. And now it's going to be tied up between Froh and Liska. Possession arrow to New Lisbon. So Hillsboro missing a golden opportunity. And in the game for Steele will be Rosie Gerke. Gerke will inbound. She'll get it into Earhart. Earhart to Gerke. Gerke to Cook to Gerke. And it's going to be picked off by Grace Holte, and she's going to hang on the rim on this one. And it's run down and blocked by Gerke out of bounds. Hillsboro retained possession. And Holte ran down from behind. I really thought she was going to swing on the rim on that one. So Liska will inbound the ball to Hansen. Hansen will get it back to Liska. Liska working the right side. She'll take a short jumper. Does not go. Rebound to Rogers. Hillsboro clinging to that 1-point lead as Rogers brings the ball for New Lisbon. Find Froh down in the corner. Froh comes inside, takes a 16-foot jumper, doesn't go. Rebound Liska. Liska outlet to Hansen, and Hansen up to Bezerk as they charge up the floor. Bezerk drives the right side. She's going to kick the ball out front, and Liska will run the ball down the corner, back over to Hansen, as Hansen stomps on the Tiger and kicks it back to the near side to Liska. Liska gets it knocked away from her. New Lisbon playing quite aggressive. Back to Hansen, 22-foot three-pointer off the back of the rim, doesn't go. Rebound Rogers. And here comes the Rockets again. Hillsboro just can't put this team away. They just won't go away. Gerke, long three. Her shot's can come up short. Rebound to Froh. Her shot doesn't go. And Holte, you got to be careful with her elbows. If she's swinging hatchets out there, does come down to the rebound. Outlet to Hansen. Hansen to Liska. Liska across court to Bezerk. Bezerk's going to drive the left side. Ball gets away on her. Picked up by Gerke, and Gerke going coast to coast. She's going to take the shot. Does not go. Knocked away. Holte comes up with it, and we're off to the races again. Holte pulls up. She's going to drive around and score a lay-in. So Grace Holte up to 11 points on the night as she's taking charge. And Rogers brings the ball up for New Lisbon. Rogers winded with her mask half off. Earhart has the ball on the far wing. And Gerke grabs the ball, and they're going to call jump balls. Malia Liska tied her up. Possession arrow to Hillsboro. Rogers has played the whole game, and she's got the mask hanging like a necklace, showing that she's getting quite winded right now. Hansen inbounds a pass to Liska. Liska brings the ball up the floor. She'll stop, get it into Von Falkenstein now in the game. She'll dump it off the far wing to Hansen, who drives the right side to the left side, turns around, hooks it in, and Hansen will score 2 more for the Tigers. The Tigers extend their lead to 5. And Gerke will bring the ball up the floor for the Rockets, and Gerke's going to get called for traveling. Lots of traveling today, folks. Truckload of suitcases out there as everybody's going on a trip. Liska will inbound the ball for Hillsboro near the New Lisbon bench. Earhart's going to take a seat in the game for New Lisbon's Maddie Rogers. She's the little Rogers, the freshman. As Hansen gets caught, Jalen Blower in for Hillsboro. She'll bring it back. Hansen gets it across the timeline and drives down the right side, kicks it out to Liska on the far baseline. Liska kicks it off to the top of the key to Blower. Blower feeds Violet Morin now in the game inside. Morin's going to turn around, miss the shot, get her own rebound. And they call a foul. I don't know if the foul was offensive, and it is. They're going to call an offensive foul over the back on Violet Morin, so the shot does not count. Violet Morin's second personal, team second. Rogers to inbound the ball. She'll inbound it to Gerke. Gerke to Libby Rogers. We got 2 of them on the floor now. And now they're going to call a charging as Cameron Hansen steps in and takes the charge from Libby Rogers. And Libby Rogers is going to get called on a charging offensive foul. That's Libby Rogers' 4th personal foul, team's 3rd, as Rogers finds herself in foul trouble. Cameron Hansen inbound for Hillsboro. She'll inbound to Liska. Liska to Hansen. Hansen, 20-foot three-point shot off the back of the rim. Morin with the rebound, and she'll put the trash away. Morin with 12 on the night. As Gerke brings the ball up the floor for New Lisbon, and Gerke's going to get, she should have been called to travel, but they didn't. They get it to Rogers. Rogers drives the baseline. They're going to call it a jump ball as Lily Von Falkenstein tied up Rogers. New Lisbon will retain possession of the ball by the arrow. Fro inbound to Rogers. Fro setting up on the baseline. Get it to Cook. Cook to Fro. Fro for a three-pointer. And Cook. Fro is going to... She's got 10 on the night for New Lisbon. Cameron Hansen brings it up, finds Lily Von Falkenstein near the free throw line. Lily's going to take a running jump shot. Again, Violet Morin cleaning up the trash. Second chance points for Violet Morin, 14 on the night. Libby Rogers brings the ball up, dumps it off to Cook. Cook cleared down the corner to Fro. Fro to Gerke, or rather Rogers. Libby Rogers with the ball. Back to Cook. Cook to Libby Rogers. Libby Rogers drives in left side. And either, I don't know if the foul's on Liska or Holte, or Morin rather. It's on Liska. That's Liska's first foul, team's 3rd. And Rogers will go to the line to shoot free throws. Rogers makes the first free throw. Rogers' second free throw, she makes that one. Rogers was 18 on the night. Inbound pass to Hansen, and Hansen will bring the ball up the floor for the Tigers. She'll kick it over to the near side to Liska. Liska gets it across the timeline to Von Falkenstein, finds a wide open Morin, and Von Falkenstein's assist to Violet Morin. Morin puts in to ease one. Cook brings it up the floor for, or rather, steal. And a delayed call. It was very delayed. Steele gets called traveling. That's a problem you have with 3 referees. The other referee thinks that one's going to call it. Nobody calls it. And then after a pass, then we call the traveling call. But the right call was made. It appears Hillsboro has used a timeout. Hillsboro's got 5 timeouts remaining. New Lisbon with 6. It was a 30-second timeout. Both teams with 3 team fouls. I see the Hillsboro boys varsity team has emerged from the locker room. We'll have Hillsboro boys varsity basketball versus the New Lisbon Rockets 15 minutes after the conclusion of this one. Right here we have a tight contest, a 3-point game. As Hillsboro leads by 3 as they come back after the timeout. They'll be inbounding the ball on the near side near the half-court line. We're currently checking to make sure that the right personnel is on the floor. On for Hillsboro's Morin, Bazarek, Liska, Hansen, and Von Falkenstein. For New Lisbon, we've got Libby Rogers, Little Rogers, Maddie Rogers, Earhart, Steele, and Cook. Inbound pass to Hansen. Hansen will kick it over to Liska. Liska feeds Lily Von Falkenstein near the top of the key, back to Liska on the near high. Over to Hansen. Hansen back to Liska to Bazarek. Bazarek's going to try to feed Violet Moore, and the pass doesn't go. Picked up by Maddie Rogers. Little Rogers to Big Rogers, and Big Rogers gets the ball to Cook for a 3-pointer off the top of the key. Krista Cook with 5 on the night. Liska with the ball near the time stripe. Gets it across to Lily Von Falkenstein. She's going to drive the left side, find a wide open Violet Morin again. So it's been Von Falkenstein to Morin all night long. I guess it works. And Earhart's going to lose the New Lisbon pass out of bounds, be a turnover. Hillsboro leading by 5, and into the game is Tony Mitchell for Kira Bazarek. As Cameron Hansen gets set to inbound the ball on the far sideline. She'll inbound to Malia Liska, and she'll bring the ball up the court for the Tigers. And Liska tries to feed it in. It's stolen by Steele, and Steele will bring it back for New Lisbon. New Lisbon's press has been giving Hillsboro some fits tonight. And Rogers, she's going to get her ball knocked away. She gets it back, misses a lay-in. Mitchell in the corner gets a rebound, brings it out. Outlet to Liska, and the race is on. Liska's going to feed Von Falkenstein. She'll go to the left side. Von Falkenstein's going to get the shot to go and a chance to make 3 points the old-fashioned way. And she goes to the line to shoot a +1. New Lisbon foul is on Steele, and she is now fouled out. So she'll leave the game. In the game is Gerke to replace Steele. The Steele is fouled out. Lily is a 50% free throw shooter on the year. Her free throw on the way. She just completed the 3-point play the old-fashioned way. Lily now with 5 points on the night. So Fro gets her pass batted away. Lily Rogers, Megan Rogers, and Megan Rogers going to score a long 2, or Maddie Rogers rather, on the board for New Lisbon with a long 2-point shot. Hansen brings the ball up. She'll kick it to the near side to Liska. Liska to Hansen, and Hansen's going to lob it down inside to Von Falkenstein to Mitchell underneath. And they're going to call a foul on the floor. And Hillsboro retained possession of the ball underneath their own basket. Foul is on Earhart, her 3rd personal, team's 5th. In the game is Grace Holte for Morin. Lexi Thorson's going to come in. Cameron Hansen's going to take a seat. Liska set to inbound the ball. She'll get it into Mitchell, back out front to Holte. Holte gets it knocked away from her. She dribbles down, kicks it out to Mitchell on the far wing. Mitchell driving down near the free throw line. Tries to get it to Thorson. The ball is going to go out of bounds. A turnover, New Lisbon ball. Maddie Rogers set to inbound the ball on the near side. She will inbound the ball to Earhart. Earhart brings the ball up the floor, and she's going to get called for a double dribble. She got 2 hands on the ball. It'll be a turnover. Hillsboro will get the ball near the time stripe on the near side. Mitchell to inbound to Liska. Liska into the front court of Hillsboro. Liska to the far side to Von Falkenstein. Back to Liska to Mitchell. Thorson on the baseline for Hillsboro. Going to drive the left baseline, and she tries to get it into Holt. He goes off Holte's knees, and they're going to tie Earhart up for a jump ball. Possession arrow to Hillsboro. So the good news is Hillsboro retains the ball. The bad news is they lose that possession arrow. Leading by 6 with about 8 minutes left to play. Inbound pass to Holte. Holte's going to feed Von Falkenstein underneath. She'll pull up. Her shot is short, but she will go to the free throw line. I think that foul was on Megan Froh. It is not. I think it's on Gerke now. No, it's not. It's on Libby Rogers, her third personal, team 6. So Hillsboro will also be in the bonus now. Lily's first shot on the way, and it's good. And Lily's second shot on the way, and that one's good. Lily with 7 points now on the night. Lexi Thorson will take a seat on the bench. Kira Bizarek back in the game for Hillsboro. As Hillsboro puts somewhat of a press together. Rogers to Rogers to Rogers, and down the court to Earhart. Here comes New Lisbon. Froh with the ball on the far side. Froh back out Libby Rogers to Megan Rogers for another 3, and she's feeling it. So Maddie Rogers now with 5 on the night. The freshman giving New Lisbon a spark. Von Falkenstein going to feed Holte underneath. Holte with a shot. Holte's going to score for Hillsboro. 13 for Holte on the night. Hillsboro clinging to a 7-point lead. Libby Rogers drives inside. She's going to run into a wall of 3 players. Kicks it back out to Gerke. Gerke with a long shot. Errant. Rebound Mitchell. Outlet to Liska, and Hillsboro runs the ball up before. Liska kicks it to Von Falkenstein on the near side. She's going to get stuck in traffic. Kick it out front to Mitchell, to the far side to Bizarek. Bizarek back out to Mitchell in the top front court. To the near side to Von Falkenstein. Von Falkenstein clear across court to Liska, who's going to take a 17-foot deuce. Doesn't get it. Gets her own rebound. Misses a shot. Gets her own rebound again. And now Liska's going to get charged for an offensive foul, as she got 4 rebounds and kind of lost her balance and pushed Megan Froh out of the way. So Liska's going to get charged with a foul. Only Hillsboro's 4th team foul. Liska's 2nd personal foul. So I think all Malia Liska needed was a little rebounding help on that one. She got about 4 rebounds before she got the foul. And just needed a little more help, or needed to make the basket. I don't know which you want to call it. Libby Rogers into the front court for New Lisbon. Gets it to Gerke. It's going to be batted away by Kira Bizarek. Rogers will track the ball down in the backcourt and bring it back for New Lisbon. And she'll get it to Sister, I believe, and she's going to come up short. Ball rebounded by Holte, outlet to Mitchell, and Mitchell brings the ball up the court for the Tigers. She's going to find a wide open Lily Von Falkenstein underneath, and Lily did a great job blocking out, boxing out, and making herself available. She's going to go to the line for 2 more free throws. A New Lisbon foul on Megan Froh. It's her 3rd personal, team 7th. So Lily looking good at the free throw stripe tonight. Malia Liska will take a seat, take a break. Cameron Hansen comes in. Now Violet Morin checking into the game for Hillsboro. She'll give Grace Holte a breather. As we're awaiting the 2nd free throw by Lily Von Falkenstein. 2nd free throw on the way, and that one's good. Lily now with 9 points on the night. Earhart brings the ball up, kicks it back out to Froh. Froh to Libby Rogers. Down to Gerke in the corner. Gerke's going to take a shot, swatted away by Violet Morin. Von Falkenstein to Hansen. Now Hansen works the ball up, gets it to Bizarek across the timeline. Bizarek on the far side with the ball. She'll kick it out front to Hansen. Hansen underneath to Morin. Morin a dribble, a step, a shot, doesn't go. Rebound Von Falkenstein. Von Falkenstein gets it to go again. Kind of the unsung hero tonight. She's got 11. She's going to go to the line for a +1. Von Falkenstein working on a career night. As she's now got 12. In the game for Tony Mitchell's Lexi Thorson. So the big news for Hillsboro tonight is the post play. As I believe New Lisbon just called a timeout. Post play for Hillsboro's been outstanding tonight. 43 points coming out of the post for Hillsboro tonight. So Hillsboro breaks a huddle. After the timeout on the floor, we're going to have Lexi Thorson, Cameron Hansen, Violet Morin, Lily Von Falkenstein, and Kira Bizarek. New Lisbon breaks a huddle, and we're going to have Earhart, Maddie Rogers, I think Libby Rogers, Fro, and Gerke on the floor. So Libby Rogers brings the ball up, gets to Earhart on the near side, over to Gerke. Gerke on the near side. She's going to get tied up by Lily Von Falkenstein, who's having just a stellar game tonight. And now we're going to have a Hillsboro timeout. It appears to be only a 30-second timeout. What have we got? 5.5 minutes left to play. Hillsboro's got 4 timeouts. New Lisbon with 5. Hillsboro is in the bonus, leading by 12. No real foul trouble for Hillsboro, as they're just trying to put New Lisbon away. I'm a firm believer, not saying New Lisbon's a bad team, but Hillsboro's a far superior team to New Lisbon. You let bad teams hang around and they'll eventually beat you. So Hillsboro looking for a way to put this one away. Fro to inbound the ball for New Lisbon. Fro will find Libby Rogers underneath, and Violet Morin stuffs her and takes the ball away. Outlet to Lexi Thorson. Thorson brings the ball up the floor. Find Cameron Hansen on the near side. Cross court to Kira Bizarek. Bizarek to Thorson. Thorson's going to drive in, take a 10-foot jumper and make it. So Lexi Thorson on the board for Hillsboro. And Libby Rogers will bring the ball up the floor for New Lisbon. Libby Rogers to Cook. And it almost picked off. Rogers gets it. 13-foot jumper doesn't go. Rebound tracked down by Lexi Thorson. Thorson in trouble. And Scott Egan, after seeing she's in trouble, calls a timeout. So Hillsboro with 3 timeouts left, just a 30-second timeout, as Hillsboro will retain possession of the ball. They had Thorson boxed into the corner down there, nowhere to go. And a quick-thinking coach calls a timeout to save Hillsboro's possession. So the 30-second timeout apparently turned into a full timeout. And as we get ready to break the huddles, on the floor for Hillsboro will be Hansen, Bizarek, Thorson, Morin, and Von Falkenstein. New Lisbon comes out. Looks like it's going to be Earhart, Maddie Rogers, Fro, Libby Rogers, and Cook. Hillsboro inbounding the ball on the far baseline in the corner. New Lisbon showing a press. Hillsboro get it inside to Morin. Morin dumps it to Hansen. Hansen's off to the races. Right side lay-in. Does not go. Followed by Thorson. Thorson's going to get fouled on the floor, they say, after the shot. So Thorson's going to be shooting a bonus. New Lisbon foul is on Maddie Rogers, her first personal, team's ninth. Thorson set to shoot a bonus free throw. Thorson, a 67% free throw shooter. And her first shot rattles home. Lexi, the freshman. She's going to go off the back of the iron. Morin with the rebound, kicks out to Von Falkenstein. Von Falkenstein, 12-foot jumper, doesn't go. Rebound to Throw. Throw outlets to Earhart. Earhart down to Libby Rogers. Rogers working the baseline, comes up, takes a shot, doesn't go. Rebound Rogers, blocked by Morin. Blocked again. Now they're going to call a foul, maybe on Von Falkenstein. Violet Morin is a tower down there that they can't get over inside. Be interesting who they called this one on. They indeed did call it on Morin. She appeared to have her arms straight up in the air there, but that's her third personal, team's fifth. Libby Rogers on the line to shoot two. First free throw on the way off the front of the rim, doesn't count. Checking in for New Lisbon, Eliza Curtis. In for Hillsboro is going to be Liska, Holte. I think Bazaric came in. Maybe it's Mitchell that came in. And now they're going to call a lane violation. They're saying that Rogers is over the line on the shot, so the basket does not count. Be a turnover to Hillsboro. Mitchell to inbound the ball for Hillsboro. She'll get it into Holte. Holte had a wide open person, must not have been able to see her. She's looking like a Harlem Globetrotter out there dribbling. She'll dump it off to Hansen on the far side. Hansen to Mitchell on the far baseline. Mitchell back out to Hansen. Hansen to Bazaric in the front court. To Liska, and Hillsboro almost like they're in clock killing mode right now. To Hansen to Bazaric. I think Bazaric got away with the travel. Liska back to Bazaric. Bazaric's going to dribble down. She gets her pocket picked by Rogers. Bazaric ends up on the floor. Rogers drives the right side and will score. To Libby Rogers, who they had quieted down. She's got 20 on the night. Pulls in Lisbon within 13. Mitchell dragging her foot like she thought she had to be stationary. She can use that whole baseline. I don't know if they understand that. Hansen to Bazaric on the far side. Back out to Hansen in the front court. To Bazaric on the far side wing. She'll come out front to Liska. Liska out front of the ball to Hansen. Hansen out front on the far side down low to Bazaric. Bazaric going to feed Holte inside. Back outside to Bazaric. Thought about it. To Liska, and the two of them got tied up, Liska and Earhart. Interesting who they're going to call this foul on, as they're both going for the ball. They're going to call a foul on Eliza Curtis. Her first personal, team's 10th, so Liska will go to the line to shoot two free throws, a double bonus. Liska by far the best free throw shooter for Hillsboro. Puts it up and in. So we'll get the second shot of the double bonus coming. Liska's second shot, and that's in. Liska with 6 on the night for the Tigers. Earhart to bring the ball up, dump it off to Libby Rogers, and Libby Rogers is going to get called for traveling. So even New Lisbon's best wants to go on vacation right now. Hillsboro leads by 15 as number 15, Tony Mitchell for Hillsboro, will inbound the ball near the New Lisbon bench. So Mitchell into Hansen to Liska. Liska's going to bring the ball up. Earhart picks her from behind. Liska picks up the ball, gets it to Holte across the timeline to Hansen, to Bazaric on the far corner. Bazaric brings the ball back out to the wing, kicks it across court to Liska. Liska near the top of the key to the near side to Mitchell. Mitchell to Liska. Liska clear across court to Bazarek. And Bazarik's going to drive down, get it to Mitchell. Mitchell inside the lane, kicks it back out to Liska, and Liska across court to Bazarek again on the far wing. Bazarek going to drive the right side. Something happened. I think Bazarek's foot got in the way of the ball, and the ball goes out of bounds. In the game for Hillsboro's Jalen Blower. And she'll come in for Bazarek, and she'll take a break. Rogers inbound pass to Curtis. Curtis back to Rogers, and Rogers will bring the ball up, trailing by 15 with about 2.5 to play here in the game. Curtis to Cook. Cook with the long three from the top of the key. Doesn't go. Rebound Curtis. So I think we're going to have maybe over the back call on Holte. It is indeed on Holte, her second personal, team 6. And Fro will be inbounding the ball on the baseline to Rogers for 3. Libby Rogers. And that ball is going to go off the back of the iron, off the backboard, off the upright. Out of bounds. Lexi Thorson in the game for Jalen Blower. And Mitchell will be inbounding the ball for Hillsboro on the near baseline. Mitchell gets the ball into Holte. Holte to Hansen, and Hansen will bring the ball across. And she's going to be fouled by Libby Rogers, and that might be Rogers' 5th personal. That's Rogers' 4th personal. Team's 11th is Cameron Hansen to go to the line to shoot 2 for the Tigers. Hansen's first shot rattles around the rim, bounces a half a dozen times, and falls in. Hansen up to 8 on the night. Lexi Thorson back in the game for the Tigers. Hansen's second shot. That one rolls around. Rebound Mitchell. Mitchell puts it back, doesn't go. Rebound to Curtis. Curtis to Cook, and up the floor comes Cook. Cook will find Earhart on the near wing. She's going to feed Cook underneath. Cook drives off the backboard, doesn't go. Rebound picked up by Holte. Holte kicks the ball outside to Mitchell. Mitchell gets it to Hansen across the timeline, finds a wide open Lexi Thorson, and off her hands and out of bounds. As Thorson saw points to be had and couldn't connect. Out of bounds. The throw will be inbounding for New Lisbon as Bazarek re-enters the game for Hansen. Lexi Thorson's eyes were as big as grapefruits when that ball came to her. Earhart on the near wing for New Lisbon. She'll kick it down to the baseline to Cook. Cook across court and to the New Lisbon coach as she made a nice catch. Her mask is almost as good as Jeff Mitchell's as daughter Tony inbounds the ball near the New Lisbon bench. And somehow we got tangled up. I think Lexi Thorson's going to get called with a foul on the inbounds pass. Indeed is on Lexi Thorson. They're saying that's her 4th foul. I can't believe that, but that's her first foul. Hillsboro's 7th. I don't know if they call it dead ball foul. They're trying to check to see if they got to shoot free throws on this one, I think. They checked the rule book, and they indeed do have to shoot a bonus shot on this one. In the game for Hillsboro's Jalen Blower from Malia Liska. Liska's going to exit the game probably for the night. She's going to end with 6 points. I'm going to say it's not a shooting foul. A long-range shot by Maddie Rogers doesn't go. Bazarek with the ball on the far wing. Hillsboro in clock-killing mode. Holte to Jalen Blower, clear across court to Bazarek. Bazarek going to drive down, get it to Blower, back to Bazarek in the front court. Bazarek to Mitchell. Mitchell back to Bazarek. Bazarek drives in, takes a hop and a step, and over to Hansen, and back to Blower, and to Mitchell, back to Bazarek. And Bazarek on the move again with the ball. And now they're going to call a foul. It's going to send Bazarek to the line for 2 free throws, a double bonus. I believe the foul is on Earhart. Earhart's 4th personal foul, New Lisbon's 12th team foul. And Bizarek to shoot a pair for Hillsboro. And the first one off the back of the iron does not count. Bizarek, a 63% free throw shooter for the Tigers. In the game for Hillsboro, Savannah Britsky for Tony Mitchell. As Tony Mitchell exit the game for the night with 2 points on the night. Bizarek should make the second one. Extends Hillsboro's lead to 17. And up the floor comes Earhart and the Rockets. Earhart will take a shot, bank shot. Earhart scores. Isabel Earhart with 5 on the night. And Hansen's going to get called for a charging foul. And I wasn't paying too close attention, but she must have shoved off with the forearm. She's going to exit the game for the night as Lexi Thorson comes in. Cameron Hansen is going to finish with 8. Now Earhart with the ball, out the throw, back to Earhart. Earhart tries another three, it's blocked by Blower. Jalen Blower the block. Bizarek comes up with the loose ball into Holte, down to Lexi Thorson. Thorson to Bizarek. As Earhart winds up on the Hillsboro bench, takes a break, comes back and follows Bizarek, and Bizarek will go to the line with just under 6 seconds, leading by 15 to shoot 2 more free throws. Earhart's going to foul out with less than 6 seconds to play. And you just got to ask yourself, was that a frustration foul or what are we doing there? But that's for them to finish out. Bizarek with a shot, and she adds to her total. Bizarek with 6 on the night now. 1 more for the books. And it rattles around, does not go. Rebound to Curtis. Curtis going to dump it down to Gerke, who throws it up. And we're going to end that. Hillsboro's going to come out victorious, 68 to 52. Scoring for Hillsboro, leading the way tonight, Violet Morin with 18. Grace Holte with 13. How about Lily Von Falkenstein with a career-high 12 points. Cameron Hansen with 8. Kira Bizarek with 6. Malia Liska with 6. Tony Mitchell with 2. And I forgot Lexi Thorson. She had a big 3 points in there. So that's your scoring for Hillsboro for 68 points. For New Lisbon, led the way by Libby Rogers with 20. She had 15 in the first half. Finishes with 20. Megan Froh with 10. Rosie Gerke with 7. Krista Cook with 5. Maddie Rogers with 5. And Isabel Earhart with 5. For a total of 52. So your final score for the girls' varsity action is Hillsboro inches a notch closer in the standings. Hillsboro comes out victorious 68 to 52. We reset the clocks for 15 minutes, so in 15 minutes we will be back with boys varsity action, Hillsboro versus New Lisbon. I'll be back in about 10 minutes with some pregame comments. Until then, enjoy the pregame warm-ups.